Greetings to you out there. This is Make Love Go Viral, and welcome to today's episode. So, yesterday we have our amazing Father Love. Father, how are you doing?
I'm doing amazing, thank you.
Yes, thank God for that. So, yes, recently been posting videos on our intending visit to the Motherless Babies Home. And in preparation for that visit, we've been making some visits to the Motherless Babies Home, to know how these children are doing, to know where we can come in and help them, to know areas of improvement, to know, to play around with them and get along with them, and then tell them that, okay, we are coming. So yes, be ready for us. So yes, Father, I think the last visit we made, I was able to make some discoveries, which I don't know how I felt about that, because growing up I had this motherless babies home, people that don't have families, their mothers abandon them, maybe they drop them on the roadside and then nobody's there, and then they bring them there to take care of them. But I think we went there and it was a whole different thing. I don't know, was it just me, or were you in that corner also?
I I don't think it was just you, because before we went, when we were talking about the technicalities of the name,
Yeah.
we were looking at, okay, maybe this shouldn't be Motherless Babies Home. Maybe this should be an orphanage. Because for some reason we were thinking, no, there is no way their fathers will be alive, or they would have family members and then they
They'll
will
be there. Yeah.
be there. So we looked at them as orphans. But when we got there yesterday, we got to realize that these babies have fathers, but their mothers are not there. So technically speaking, it is a motherless babies home, not strictly speaking an orphanage, because they are not totally orphaned. They just don't have mothers, because some of them, either the mother gave to them and died, or the mother and the father are no longer living together, and the man can't take care of the baby and then would bring the baby to the motherless babies home. I don't know if that was the same thing that happened to you, but I had more clarity yesterday.
Well, I also that one stood out for me, but I think another thing that stood out for me was that they didn't actually live there. What was the point of bringing a child to a motherless baby's home and leaving them there for a year and 6 months? What difference does it make? What are you trying to avoid by leaving them there? I think that's where my worry was coming from. Because originally I thought that these children literally grew up there, and in some motherless babies, or maybe not the one in our area or in our environment, they grew up there, because I've seen big children. So I thought actually that these children grew up there, and at some point they had to go out to see what the world has for them. But then I came to understand that it's just a year and 6 months. And I began to ask myself the question, why are they even there in the first place? Why are you bringing them there? For what reason exactly?
I think that because remember we asked them, the owners of the foundation, they said it was the National Council of Women, something association, and this one in Nsukka is run by the Enugu chapter, and that the children would stay there for only 1 year and 6 months, then their people would come and take them. So I'm beginning to think that at that very delicate stage in life, it is difficult for a man to take care of. But of course, you remember I was saying something like, don't they have sisters that can help raise their babies, or relatives that they can stay with instead of staying in the motherless babies? Because at the end of the day, nobody can take care of you the way your own family will take
And you're
care of
leaving
you.
them in the hands of a stranger. Where is the love? I think that's where I'm even coming from. Because I believe that there's a kind of love that parents should have for their kids.
Definitely.
And it's just crazy that you trust a stranger, the way our world is right now. You trust a stranger to take care of your own kid. And with the way they are even sounding, I don't even think these people come in to pay regular visits to see
babies,
how
okay.
these children are doing. Some of their fathers are not even close, their relatives are not even close, they're just left there, and they're there yearning for someone to come and carry them, or to. It's just, it's not something.
At that stage in life, actually, I don't think they have this clear-cut recognition of who their parents are and who their parents aren't. And I also want to believe that those people who take care of them must have gone through certain kind of training to be able to take those children as their own. And I would want to believe also that the people taking their babies to that place would have done some background check, like how old is the Motherless Babies Home? What are the stories around that Motherless Babies Home, just to be sure that their children are in safe hands. Those are my thoughts anyway. I wouldn't know what the real situation is.
Well, I am coming from the perspective that, as you said, they cannot really place their mind on who their actual mother is, because there are just certain things that we do when children are growing up, and then we forget to we don't remember that this thing can actually have like a serious impact in their future, because now these children are growing up in a place where they don't even play together. I don't even think the environment allows them to come down from their cot and play around. The environment is unfriendly, I must say, that I don't even think these children experience, even if it's child play, at least at that very stage of their life, like play around. Okay, you're seeing kids, what are you doing? Like, are you playing around with these kids? They always, I just, like, they always like crying, like, let me not say always, I just stayed there
For
for
the
like some
times that we
hours.
visited.
Yeah, they always like crying, and they just want people to carry them. And then strangers are coming in every day, and you're carrying these babies, and they're trying to register, oh, who is my mom? Who is my mom? And there's a lot
That
of
can be
bonding.
confusing. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of bonding that happens in the early stage of a child's life that cannot just be missed, because it goes on to have like serious psychological effect on them, on how they see relationships, on how they trust people, on how they perceive other human beings. But I don't think these people, like, even if you're, why, I just want to understand the reason why you're the father, because I believe those people don't have mothers, that's why they are there. But you, as a father, as a dad, this is our child, and then you had the mind, like, what is the, I'm trying to, why you drop,
I get.
it's much better
yeah.
to like have a living nanny
Okay.
coming in to like take care of your child. That is better, because at least the child gets to see your face, maybe after work or something. But then totally you disappear. And the woman says something like that. These people even run. These
Yeah,
people
that
even
sometimes
run.
they don't
They don't
they
come to
don't
claim their
come
children
around.
after, like, and I begin to wonder, why are they even placing their kids there? Like, what is the point?
I am yet to be sure of the level of psychological development that goes on in a child between birth and the age of a year, 6 months, and how much impact it can actually have. These people are less than 2 years. I don't think I can remember anything that happened in my life when I was at that age. Let me not sound like I am defending them on being on their side, but I'm just trying to see it from the bright side of life, that it is possible we may have to at some point talk to a psychologist to understand the processes of the psychological growth of a child, and if what happens at infancy, at that level of development, can affect them later on in life. Because definitely there needs to be some kind of bonding with the parents, steady faces in their lives.
Yes,
But
Ali, I
they
think
see random
faces every day.
faces. But of course, there are some that may be steady, those ones taking care of them. But from what we've seen so far, people visit them frequently,
Yeah.
carry them,
Play
bring
with
them
them.
gifts and stuff. I just like I said in the beginning, I'm really concerned about how much love these fathers have for their babies.
I don't think
Like
there is
trying to put
any
myself in their shoes. I would want to believe that somehow, some way, I should be able to find a family, even if I can't take care of the kid myself. Either an aunt or a sister or a member of a parishioner or someone, so that they can grow in a family circle. Even if it would mean seeing those people as their parents and their siblings, but at least have some steady human beings in their lives, and people who wouldn't see them as, I am taking care of this person so that I will be paid. They don't see it as a job, but they see it as it is a service that I'm rendering to humanity. I think that should make 'Cause I don't know how much the foundation pays the people that take care of these.
Whether they're even happy doing what they are doing at the end of the day, because that matters. Okay, well, where I'm going to come in from is that I believe that at every stage of a child's age and life, there is just something that if it happens now, no matter, even if it looks like very small, it has like, I mean, if a child grows up with no confidence, it's not because they grew up with no confidence, it's because there are some things that were mismanaged when they were growing, that their parents did not like, yeah, they are lacked, that their parents did not like kind of like groom them in that kind of, and then they grow up with lack of confidence. If a child is finding how to trust people, it comes from like when they were like kids and all of those things. But me, I'm okay, maybe there will be not much change that will happen in a year and 6 months. But for the fact that they are leaving you there, you're already feeling a sense of abandonment. And I think that just that feeling of sense of abandonment, nobody wants me, I've not seen anybody carry me for as long as, I mean, how many hours? I think it's registered somehow inside their mentality. Because most things we are doing growing up is things that we don't even know how they come about, but then you grow and then you see yourself acting in some certain way. And that's because of what the little things that, kind of like got into your head while you're growing up. And also I'm like, even if for the fact that your family kept you there, the only reason, this might be a very harsh judgment, but I think like the only reason that registers in my head is just lack of taking responsibilities.
Okay.
Because if you know that this child, you birthed this child, nobody forced you to birth this child, you intentionally birthed this child, and then somehow the child now comes in, and children are gifts from God. Why would I abandon them for strangers? Like, the only reasonable thing is just that they don't think it's a responsibility. I'm not responsible for this child. I don't have a relationship with the mother, or maybe something like that. And then whatever happens, I do not care. It might be a harsh judgment, but that's where I'm just like coming from, because there's no other reason that just makes sense to me on why you drop your child there and just like go away. It's
I would have problem with people who keep them there and don't come to check on them from time to time. But just like I said, I think I can understand that a baby can be too delicate too. But at the end of the day, that place is not so conducive
for them,
for babies.
For them.
It is not. It is a home that is not really qualified to be called a home.
No toys, no playbooks, the grounds are hard, no TV, nothing, like nothing connect. You cannot enter there and feel like, okay, children live here.
And about psychological effect, yeah, I think it would also be nice to reach out to people who either, even though they say they don't do any kind of adoption, they've not had that kind of case, because for each baby that had come, there was a parent, at least
or
a
family
parent,
that brought them
or
there,
a family member that brought them there. If not, it would have been nice to reach out to people who adopted babies from that motherless babies home or such a home, to see if they're actually normal like other babies, or there are some peculiar things about them in terms of their psychological development, a show of normal human emotions, and then relationship with other kids around.
Yeah, that really makes sense. But I just think that sometimes we cannot control some things, and because we cannot control some things, we can only do what we can do as human beings. And that's why I just feel like, since maybe their family do not want them in their lives at that early stage, maybe because it's a lot thinking of a baby that is not yet walking, I just believe that it's now left for us to like do the possible best we can do, which is like, as we mentioned earlier, the environment is not conducive. I believe that when you enter like a daycare home, when you enter like a nursery class or a crèche, this is a crèche, like it has things around that connect you to playing, kids, fun, toys, all of those things. So I just think that's like the best you can. And it's just very much crazy that no child there was left on the street. Everybody there was brought by somebody. And it's just very, it's something to worry about. It's very concerning.
And yes, it is still some kind of good news. At least they belong somewhere.
But those they belong to do not want them.
They belong somewhere. So
they do not want
and
them.
that's where we come in, so that in the course of our preparation for the visit, we would know exactly what we should and shouldn't do, what we have and wouldn't have to do.
So yes, thank you for listening, and very big thank you to everybody that have like sent in their support for the past few days. We appreciate you, we see you, and we love you. May God keep blessing you. And yes, thank you so much.
So like she said, we are super grateful to those of you who have made donations. Some have already given us sacramentals for the babies that would be baptized on that day. If you're getting to know of this our plan first, there's a Motherless Babies Home within our parish community, St. Victor's Parish Onwe, and we've decided, the MLGV family decided we would pay them a visit next Sunday. Today is Tuesday, right? On Sunday, the 11th of January. And providentially, we will be baptizing some of the kids there who are Catholic. Like we said, they have families, so, and some families are not Catholic. Those ones they wouldn't want Catholic baptism or whatever they called it. So people have been making donations, and thank you very much. If you still want to contribute to the visit, or you would want to be part of the visit, you can send a direct message. We will leave links in the description for those who would want to make donations, and God bless you.